So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. Crazycatlady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purpose. Hi everybody, Martha here. So today we're doing to give tribute to Olivia Newton John, who played Sandy from Grease, and we're gonna do a review on Grease. So for all you people for all the people who are playing kids nowadays, probably seen this movie. They should give it a try. To watch it, it's pretty good. It's based off of an old play. And they made it into a movie. It takes place back in the 50s. It was made back in 1978 by Paramount, and so we have John Travolta here, who had before this or around this time period, he did Carrie and Saturday Night Fever. So this movie is basically about T-Birds and Pink Ladies getting together, and Sandy having to learn that you don't have to change for a boy, because everybody thinks that I've heard people say that she changed for him, but people forget that he tried to do the same exact thing for her, because when she comes out with that new look at the very end, he was wearing a jacket that had to do with the school. So both of them changed their image for each other, not just her. Hers is just more, I guess hers is just more stand out because you can hardly recognize her. I remember watching it as a kid, I thought it was a different actress. So, yep. We have like, how many songs are in this movie? At least 7. We'll count, if you're counting the opening one where they do it animated, and most of them don't look, the animation, like the way they like do the show their faces, some of them don't look very good, but it's all right. None of these, like, is any of these people who are playing these people not in their 20s or 30s? I know we got a little bit better nowadays, but there's still sometimes when we see 20-year-olds playing like they're in high school, because you still have the same pretty close to Stranger Things eventually had to happen to them with the with the older students. So eventually, you can't help it. Kids get too old, but they try their best to make them start young. But I can't think of anybody in this movie that doesn't look like they're in their late 20s or in their early 30s. In this, I had to put that out. So we have every single one of the. Well, there's 5 people there in each group. 5 T-Birds and 5 Pink Ladies. So basically 10 main characters in this. If you watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the same as that secretary is here. This would be before she does that movie. We want to see how many people actually noticed that. So, Sandy moves from Australia to go to the school. She comes down to go to the beach, meets Johnny, and meets Danny there, and he thought she was going to go back to Australia, and they would never see each other again. And then they had the little animation, and turns out, no, her parents decided to let her stay going to school here. And they do Summer's Nights song, and then they had the bonfire happening. This is when her and Danny reunite, and she doesn't like how he is acting because he was doing it only in front of her, and now he's in front of his friends. He has to act wrong, and she gets upset and goes and cries. And Frenchie tries to cheer her up by inviting her to her house, and they offer her to smoke and drink and get her ears pierced. She couldn't stand the blood, so she gets sick. And then Rizzo starts singing Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee. And we have two pictures. One is of Elvis and James Dean. I think right here. And then then she goes down there and goes and do it with the Kaneki, and a very uncomfortable position, if you ask me. And their rivals from another school hit Kaneki's car, and then we have grease lightning happening. A lot of transitions during this scene. And then they had the school dance where Danny and the girl from the other school, I'm not even gonna try saying her name, Chacho. Even though they didn't go to the school dance together, Kaneki just went. He got too low. He got too low for his. The song asked him, "How low can you go?" He went too low, apparently. So, and then they go and see the Blob at the drive-in. Danny offers her the ring. She takes it. Rizzo thinks she's pregnant because she skips her period, or her period's late, and we don't know who she thinks the dad is because she keeps on reassuring Kaneki that it's not him. And Danny tries to do the same exact thing to Sandy in the car. She runs off. He sings "Sandy, My Darling," and Sandy sings "Hopefully Devoted" in the backyard. So then we have the race that they have at Thunder Road after Kaneki and Danny hug, and then Sandy has a little revival to Sweet Sandra Dee, and this is when both of them changes their image after Danny tries to do a lot of the sports and he does a bad job at it because he's not very sports active. So, and then we see both of them change their image here, and then we got they do chills, they're multiplying, and we hear John Travolta sing "Yeah!" No! Yep. Animals don't like when I do that. Anyway. So, and then we go together. And then we see, they go up in the sky, and some people think that that's them going to heaven. So, it's a good movie. Yes, it made enough for them to make a stupid sequel that a lot of people wish to forget. But this movie is pretty good. There's like a lot of musicals out there, and it helped a lot. It helped a lot of actors get their start. So we're gonna miss her. We're gonna miss you, Olivia, and we're gonna say goodbye to sweet Sandra D to her. So, if there's anybody else in the movie that passed away, let me know. I'm pretty sure there is. Although probably the ones who were supposed to be adults in this movie are probably no longer with us. So, it's a great movie. I would probably give it a 8 out of 10. So, I'll see you guys later. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And remember, go Grizz Lightning, try Grizz Lightning, go Grizz Lightning, what's a great, just a great, the Grizz Lightning. Bye. And tell me about it, stud.